'Twas 5 years since the first case of COVID was reported. But today, throughout government offices, not a creature is stirring, not even a mouse. So, folks, this is my telework report, and it has revealed who is naughty and who is nice. Before COVID, about 3% of the federal workforce was teleworking. But today, 6% of the federal workforce actually shows up to work every single day in person. So the bureaucrats of Christmas past are sitting in bubble baths. Some of them have been sitting in jail. Some of them are running their very own small businesses while operating on the federal government dime. And the bureaucrats of Christmas present are asking Santa for permanent telework. But what we're gonna do, 'tis the season to deck the halls with federal workers. So folks, you're gonna have to come back to the office, and if they don't want to come back to work, we can make their Christmas wish come true. So again, folks, my out of office report is out. You may grab a copy. Feel free to peruse, and please call my office if you have any questions, because we will be there working. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to stop it right there. Thank you. Welcome back to the show. Joni Ernst basically is giving U.S. federal employees who are currently working from home a heads up that there's going to be a strong call, multiple calls that are strong to come back to the office to work in D.C. specifically, but also in other federal agencies across the country. Here's my thing, right? I get her take on it. I really do. She said 6% today, 6% of U.S. federal employees show up to work in person in D.C. and all around the country every single day, which means Monday through Friday, Saturday if needed. I, for one, agree with her. I think that employees going back to work across the nation, it will flood the zone with new revenue, or revenue that hasn't been seen since before the pandemic. DC specifically, I'm talking about the DC transit system, the cabs, the Ubers, the Lyfts. I don't get paid to mention their names in my ad campaign, so I don't get paid a dime for them. I'm just giving you my honest opinion based on what I've read. And local restaurants, happy hour, breakfast places, halal stands, hot dog stands, local shopping areas like Macy's or anywhere around that area, the Arlington, Virginia area, where you got the Pentagon. You have a mall that's around there. I forgot the name of the mall, but all the restaurants and employees are getting paid, the tips, you name it, right? And then a second thing I'll say is that the United States government is wasting billions and billions and billions of dollars on paying rent every year with empty office spaces. So we have to find a way to utilize, and I don't think the answer is to cut down on office spaces. I think the answer is getting federal workers back to in-person work across the country. And third thing I'll say is that I think this is the Department of Government Efficiency first step in terms of trimming the federal workforce, because you're going to have a lot of pushback from those who have become accustomed to the flexibility that teleworking and remote work provides on a daily basis, Monday through Friday specifically. And I think that you're going to have a lot of resignation, which I think is a good thing if the people who are looking to resign are ready to retire or whatever and move on with their lives. And create openings for younger and people that are more willing to come into the office and work in person. But then, on the same token, we may be losing the experience, right? Because someone who's been at government service for 20 or more years definitely has a lot of experience and wisdom to offer to train newer federal employees. And I'm also talking about, I'm not specifically talking about healthcare workers, healthcare workers, doctors, janitors, people who need to be, security guards and stuff like that. People who need to be in those buildings, though that's not a topic of discussion. Those guys show up to work every day in person. I'm talking about the ancillary support, IT, budget, customer service, things of that nature that doesn't require a person to be in person in DC or all across the country, right, to do their job. And so those people I'm specifically talking about. And so if you have a friend or a buddy or a relative that works for the federal government but has a telework agreement or a remote agreement, then you may want to share this video with them, because I view this as an official heads up. Hey, don't forget to subscribe if you like the content of my channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.